Hey everyone, Kat McCloud here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. It is great to have you. I hope that you are healthy and doing well. Today we are going to be doing a 3 looks using one palette, and the palette that we are going to be using is the So Jaded palette from the Kathleen Lights and Colourpop collab. This is one of my favorite palettes. I have had it a couple of times on my channel. I don't know that I've ever done a look with it though, so I'm very excited today. I hope that this provides us all with a little bit of palette inspiration. If you need more though, feel free to check out my How to Use Confusing Palettes video. I will have a card up here and I will also link it in the description box below my face on the screen. If you like content like this, be sure to give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos from me. Also, I will be putting a couple of comments down below so that you guys can vote on which palette you would like to see me do a 3 looks, 1 palette with next. So be sure to hit the thumbs up for the palette you would like to vote for. And if there is a palette that you've seen in one of my videos that you would like me to do this with next, feel free to comment that in your own comment down below. Again, thanks for being here. Be sure to stay to the end just because we're all friends here and we like being together. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I figured I'd actually zoom you in so you guys can see what I'm doing. So the first look that I'm going to be using is going to be using some of these beautiful orange tones over here because orange is the opposite of blue and my eyes are blue, so I figured that would set off my eyes pretty nicely. But I think you could use it no matter what eye color you have. I am just starting out with a flat fluffy brush and I'm going to go into rose quartz up here. And I'm just going to put that right in my socket right here. Ooh, that is a lot more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. And I want to keep this look nice and like blended out. I want it to be really nice and soft and fluttery. So I'm going to use my big old fluffy blender and I'm just going to go ahead and work it over the edge just to get that blending process started. This is a large palette. The next shade that I'm going to be going into is this matte orange shade and it is called You're a Gem. I don't know that I've ever used this shade before. I'm thinking I'm going to pat it on my lid and just kind of let this be our statement shade for the entire look. It's like a faded clementine look. If you have seen the stuff that's coming out from M Cosmetics, that stuff is so pretty. I want to take that in the crease as well, and then even just a little bit further out. I like that. Oh, that's fun. I need to be careful though because I'm getting carried away. I need to keep remembering that eyeshadows are powders, and powders move around when you run a bristle over them. So I keep wanting to like choke up on my brush like this and like just get it in there, but like really I just need to be all the way back here. That way I have less pressure and I can just kind of dust over it. I'm liking the way this is going already. Next in our line of colors, I am just going to come into Carnelian. Just on the tip of my bristles, tap it off real good. So I'm just going to pat that on the outer corner, and I'm just going to use the side of the bristles to really dust over the top of that carnelian shade and get it to blend seamlessly with You're a Gem. Now I'm going in with this shimmery orange shade. This is Sunstone, and then I'm just going to pat it on the center at first, and I'm dragging that outwards rather than inwards because I think I want the inner portion to remain very, very bright. And then switching up brushes, I have gotten myself a little pencil brush. I'm going to tap into the champagne shade. It is called Pearl. And I'm just going to draw that on the inside, and especially over that line right there. Just taking a little more of that shade, and I'm going to tap it on the inner corner. Now I am going to grab just a tiny bit more of You're a Gem, literally one pat like that, and dust it under my eye. And that's just to tie everything in like a big circle. Oh, I hadn't thought about mascara. How am I gonna get that off every round? Help! How do people do this? No, they don't leave it on the whole time, do they? I am just going to use my Urban Decay Perversion Waterproof Mascara and pray that it stays on in between these looks. I think that's cute. Okay, for the lips for this look, I am going to use the Belle en Argent Lip Luire Gloss in the shade Jealous of Us. I just want this whole look to be like really soft, you know? Okay guys, so this is look number 1. If you'd like to vote for this one in the comments down below, why don't you leave me an orange emoji? So maybe an orange, or no, you know what I want you to leave? I want you to leave that orange cat. You know why? Because it's orange and it's soft. So yeah, leave that down below to vote for this look as your favorite. I'm gonna remove this, pray for my mascara and my concealer, and then we're gonna move on to look number 2. The good news is my mascara stayed on. The bad news is I had to take off my lip gloss. Alright, so the next look that we're going to be doing is a little bit more smoky, but also kind of on the neutral side, but also kind of staying colorful because that's my life. So I wanted to use some of these yellowish shades in the palette, and I'm specifically talking about this one. This one is citrine, but I just kind of wanted to do like these browns, and then also this one, which is stoned. I love the names in this palette. They just get me. So I just think that it's going to make a really nice like color combination, kind of smoky, but also, you know, kind of buttery and kind of a little bit of good. Okay, so this time I am going to prime my eyelids because I forgot to do that. So for today I'm just using my Milani eyeshadow primer. Also, I already have my base and everything done. So what I used was everything that I am working through for my project pan. So if you haven't seen that video, I will put it up here. And you guessed it, in the description box below. Just priming a little bit. And to set that, I'm just going to use a little bit of my Precious on my big fluffy blender brush. And I'm just going to sweep it, especially in the crease, because I have a lot of little baby crinkles. Lock it in, baby. So I'm going to start out by going in with this kind of peachy matte shade. It is called Royal Jewels. So for this one, I kind of want to do really dark near the lash line and basically blend straight up. So I want to kind of get Royal Jewels going in almost a sunset type of shape. Next shade, we are going to work with Citrine here. This is kind of the statement shade for the whole look, so I want to make sure it shows pretty strong. So I'm going to put it just below my crease, right there. Sunset type of shape, windshield wiper motions. So I'm just using what's left over on my brush to get out to these corners. This is going to be one of those hidden crease type looks. I can do that because I have sort of a hooded deep set eye, so you don't see a whole lot of my eyelid when my eye is open, but when it's closed it's going to kind of pop, which I think is kind of, you know, kind of cool that I have a secret compartment on my eyeball. Not many people can boast of that. Not many people want to. I'm patting here to get the most concentration, and then using whatever's left over on my bristles to kind of blend in the corners. I've been enjoying yellow eyeshadow lately. Have you guys been mixing it up with your makeup looks since we've been in quarantine, or have you basically been saying no to makeup? More power to you. Okay, so I am going to take a more densely packed smudger brush. It's got kind of shorter bristles. And I'm going to take this shade Stoned. It's the cool brown color in the palette. And I'm going to kind of work that almost as a liner across my whole lash line. Mostly in the center, again, kind of coming through to the corners as well. I do believe I hear my husband's tread on the stair. I'm going to use an angled liner brush to get that Stoned shade right next to my lash line. What do you know? It was Aaron.
How to do?
Hey, pal. Filming a video.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. Okay, so I like where this is going. I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Okay, now I am back to my flat, fluffy brush, and I'm going to dip the bristles into Tiger Eye here. It's kind of a bronzish, but like antiqued bronze shade. It's got like a gold green shimmer to it, but it's got like a base of dark brown. Kind of like a tiger eye. So we're just going to sweep that in between those two matte shades. Again, keeping the majority of the concentration in the middle. I'm actually going to take a little bit of that on my finger and pat it in the middle. Ooh. Okay, same thing on the other side. Now I do want to add just a whisper of that citrine shade above the crease. That way we can see it. So I'm literally going to tap in once, whack it off real good, and then turn my brush to where that color is facing that way, is facing upwards, and just work it right in the crease. And I'm going to pull it on the outside corners just a little bit so we get that real like pie wedge kind of shape. That way it's not all doing this, you know? I want it to kind of like grayed out that way. Basically, I just want you to hear the circle of life playing as you look at this eye look. That looks cute. That looks kind of smoky, but like in like a very tame and like, it looks hazy. It's just a hazy eye look, you know? I think I'm going to take a little bit of My Precious, that matte shade, on my little pencil brush, and I'm going to tap that in my inner corner, just right there. I've been enjoying this ever since I did my Riviera palette look. If you haven't seen it, you totally should, because that was one of my favorite eye looks I've ever created. I'm just going to grab Royal Jewels, and I'm going to just work that underneath the eye. And I'm also going to grab a little bit of Stoned on my little dense brush, and I'm going to work that right underneath the lashes. Is it just me, or is this making my eyes look like extra blue? I am going to take a little bit of Diamond. This is the Super Shock shade in the palette. So pretty. And I'm going to just tap it on top of the lid area, especially in the middle. Oh yeah. Oh, there it is. For the lip color with this one, I wanted to go with something a little bit more kind of with a little bit of brown in it. So I'm going to be using one of the Maybelline Universal Color Sensational lipsticks. And this one is in the shade Mauve for Me. Okay guys, this is look number 2. If you enjoy this look the most, comment a fleur-de-lis emoji, or maybe like a honey pot, or basically anything that reminds you of this look, and we'll try to guess it. But I like the fleur-de-lis. I think you should comment a fleur-de-lis. Just saying. Okay, for this third look, I really wanted to do like a sultry blue look. So blue, but like more wearable blue, I guess. And the reason being because I am really inspired by this sapphire shade down here. That is one of the shades that I originally bought this entire palette for. But since then, of course, a lot of these other shades have grown on me, and now this is one of my favorite palettes ever. But I really wanted to use this dark blue, this turquoise, and then this aquamarine shade. So that is what we're going to be doing. So first thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this turquoise shade just on the end of my bristles. And the reason being, I can pack it in one area and then blend it out really quickly in a small area. Just on that outer corner, I'm just going to pat it. And I'm going to do that on each side, building in light layers. And I'm just going to start smudging that just a little bit. Little tiny circles. Doing good, haven't ruined it yet. Just like by itself, that's pretty. I never use it because I'm always scared of it. I'm just going to take one more pat of that, really whack it off hard, and then pat it up here, creating sort of a wing shape. Now I'm grabbing my big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to go over the top and edges of that. Now I am going to grab some of that aquamarine shade on the flat side of my brush. I'm patting it on the middle of my lid and then sort of working it over to the sides. I'm going to try using my finger in there just to get it like really concentrated. Oh yeah, that's much better. Oh, it's nice and frosty. I'm getting kind of like 80s vibes, right? I think I'm going to go into this rose quartz shade and do that little flip-de-doo trick and just work that up here just so we get a little definition, but nothing crazy. I don't want to add any more like color, you know? Hang on, we're going to try one more trick. So we are going to take a flat synthetic brush, and I am grabbing a lot of this. I'm not tapping it off. I am grabbing some setting spray, and I'm going to just spray that in there real quick, and then really try to pack this on, especially in the center of the lid. And I'm also going to grab that aquamarine shade on my pencil brush and highlight my inner corner with it, just because I think it's interesting to have a colorful inner corner every once in a while. And then I'm going to grab my little angled brush and sapphire, this navy blue, and I'm going to create a liner with that shade. So I'm just going to tap it along my lash line and kind of drag it upwards and outwards, and then pulling it just under the eye. I'm just kind of smudging in a reference to a liner. Grabbing my little smudger, I'm just going to take a tiny bit more of turquoise, and I'm just going to go over where we put it previously, almost smudging the top of that liner, just on that outer corner, creating a nice gradient with it. Another layer of mascara. And for the lips, I wanted to keep it really simple because blue eyeshadow can be very overwhelming and very unnatural looking. So I am going to be using my Fenty Beauty Baby Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. Alright guys, so this is the third look. Let me know what you think. If this one is your favorite, then I want you to comment a little wave emoji, or basically your favorite blue emoji, whatever you want to do. But if we see the wave, we'll know what you're talking about. This one is really pretty. It's kind of fun and flirty and very kind of 80s to me. I kind of like it. Alright guys, so that concludes my 3 looks using one palette, using the So Jaded eyeshadow palette from Kathleen Lights and Colourpop. I really enjoyed all the 3 looks that I came up with. I think they're totally different, and there are just thousands of other things you can do with this palette. Again, if you want more ideas, visit my How to Use Confusing Palettes video. I also cover other eyeshadow palettes in that video as well. So if you have been having trouble getting inspiration for what kind of looks to create, definitely visit that video because it's my most helpful resource. And I think probably one of the most helpful that I've seen on YouTube. I'm not even lying. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to vote down below on your favorite look that I created in this video. And also don't forget to vote on which palette you would like me to create a 3-look video with next. Thank you guys again so much for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't yet already, and thank you so much if you do. And I hope you guys have a great day and that I see you again for my next video. Okay, bye!